Shitsies, day 1, season 6, 15 days of foundation. I hope you guys like that new intro. It pumps me up every time I see it. If you're new here, 15 days of foundation is a series I do on my channel where I review a new foundation every single day for 15 days. So every day, 6 p.m. Pacific time. You need to stop, bird. A new video goes up every day, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Past 2 years, I've been partnering with Project Beauty Share, which is a nonprofit. They're actually based here in Washington. This time around, we're shooting to raise $25,000. I have an announcement video that went up on February 1st that explains all about the entire campaign we're doing this time for Beauty Wishes 2019. Beauty Wishes is kind of our charity campaign that goes along with 15 days of foundation. So if you want to know how to get involved, my eye keeps twitching. If you missed that video, I would highly recommend go checking that out first before you watch this video because it'll just give a lot more clarity on what we're doing with this entire series. But I'll leave any links you need to know down below. Every single day, once a day, you can vote for the shelter and city that you want to win a grand prize of $10,000 that we're donating to them. And I'm also going to be doing a meetup in that winning city. So if you're in any of those cities and you want to hang out, definitely vote every single day down below. It's super easy. It takes literally 2 seconds. But if you're excited for season 6 of 15 Days of Foundation, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. As for the foundations, like usual, I'm trying to do a mix of drugstore and high-end. This was actually like prime time for foundation launches. There have been so many foundations that have launched recently, so most of the foundations I'm doing in this series are brand new launches too, which is very exciting. Am I forgetting to say anything? Probably. So for day 1, we're trying out the brand new Dior Forever Skin Glow Foundation. So I have the lightest shade 0N. This comes in 24 shades. You get 1 fluid ounce of product and it retails for $52. Description of this says it's a medium to full coverage foundation that remains flawless for up to 24 hours in a radiant finish with SPF 35. So they actually also launched a matte version of this. So if you have oilier skin, that might be better suited for you. So I'm going to search swatches here so we can see how the shade 0N compares to some of my other foundations. All right, so here we have some foundation swatches and I'm trying these in natural lighting just to switch it up. So right here is the Dior foundation in the lightest shade 0N. Next over is Estee Lauder Double Wear in 1C0. And all the foundations that I show in swatches aren't ones that I necessarily like or recommend. Some of them are just popular so you guys can kind of have an idea of shade comparison since a lot of people have this one. So this is just the Double Wear. I don't love this one, but just for swatches. NARS Natural Radiant Foundation in Mont Blanc. Dermacol 208, which is a pretty close shade match for me. CYO Life Proof in 101, also a great shade match. And then L'Oreal True Match Foundation in W1. After the 15 days, I take a couple weeks to try these foundations in different ways, combine them, use different setting sprays, primers, just try them in different ways. I take notes and then I do a wrap up and ranking video where I share kind of my order, how I rank the foundations, my favorite, my least favorite. That's also where I'll announce the winning shelter, the winning city where I'm going to be doing the meetup, and how much money we raised at the end of the series. Hopefully if you pre-ordered one of the foundation ranking booklets, you have got it or you're starting to get it so you can follow along throughout the 15 days with this series and take notes. I do want to see your guys' photos, so definitely take photos, use the hashtag 15 Days of Foundation, tweet me, share on Instagram, wherever. But 100% of the proceeds of that book, all of the merch, all of the eBay sales go to Project Beauty Share towards our goal. I'm going to be retweeting you guys, sharing on social media. I might pop a few into the videos. We'll see. Wow, so much info in this video. All right, it just took me like 10 minutes to find my remote on my desk. Today, we're cleaning everything. And by we, I mean just me. Right, are we doing this, guys? It is January 9th when I'm starting to film this series. It's 8:27 in the morning. I just got my hair done yesterday, so I have a little bit of hair dye up there, but got the extensions in again. Hello, hair. Like usual, I'm going to do half my face with my LA Girl sponge and the other half with my Sigma F80 flat top kabuki brush. Here's what the box looks like for this one. Most Dior foundations run a little bit dark, so I figured I would get the lightest shade in this one, and it does say it has neutral undertones. So whenever I start filming 15 Days of Foundation, it's always like a little bit daunting because I'm pre-filming this in advance, it's hard to have like info for you guys that's updated on just the series and you know, how the launch went on the first and everything, because we haven't even done the announcement yet. The announcement's going up in a few weeks my time. So it doesn't look super runny. The shade is looking promising. So I'm gonna start out with a brush on this side of my face. It has the classic Dior scent. Kind of smells like roses. I'm not a big fan of fragrance in foundation, especially the Dior scent. It just smells so heavy rose. Oh, I just got way too much. Okay, I'm gonna bring that up to my forehead. A little bit of this goes a long way. It's like it has pretty nice coverage. Ooh, it's looking pretty. Looking really nice. It looks like high medium coverage, almost low full coverage with the brush. Where did that hair just come from? It's covering all my redness and scarring pretty well. So if you're new here, I have dry skin. I used to have oily skin before I went on Accutane, so I have tons of videos for oily skin and foundations reviewing foundations with oily skin. Now my skin is drier. I'm going in on the sponge side. Okay, so the sponge definitely just soaked up a lot of that. This is just a burn from my hot pack. It's all good. I got a little bit better coverage with the brush, so I think because the finish looks so similar, like I'm not getting, you know, much more of a smooth finish with the sponge side, I would probably just use a brush with this one, and I would probably just use my sponge to kind of smooth out certain areas afterwards. I feel like it's still oxidizing. I want to see if I can build this up a little bit, just on my area right here, and then also on the other side. I like the coverage in this one. If you have acne, I don't think this would totally cover it. Like, it's not opaque full coverage, but I do think it's about a low full coverage, high medium. And it does seem to be building, but again, it's not gonna like complete cover everything. It looks really pretty on my forehead. I love the glow. It doesn't seem to be like settling in right here or anything. It looks really nice and smooth. Ooh, it looks good. Starting off good so far. So I always do a flash test, and I also show you a natural lighting on my vlog camera. I never put any kind of filters, smoothing things, anything on my videos. I want you to see what my skin really looks like, and I want you to see what the product looks like. Then I also try and do a 10-hour wear test in every single video. I just realized I'm very matching with my phone background right now. So right now it's 8:38. That means we'll be keeping this on until about 6:40 p.m. tonight for a 10-hour wear test. So I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup, and I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Okay, it's now, ooh, I hate looking at the clock at this time. It's now 9:11, so where was I going with that sentence? Rest of my makeup's on. I'm pretty sure this lash glue is still drying down, so that's why it's white. So this foundation doesn't really set down, so it does feel pretty tacky to the touch. So anytime I have a foundation like that, I just go in with this powder by Physicians Formula. I'll have it linked down below. I don't powder my whole face ever because I have dry skin. Powder looks tragic, so I only powder like very specific areas, just right here so I can blend stuff on top of it, and then sometimes I'll do my hairline right here just so when I brush back my hair, it doesn't like wipe off the foundation. So right now I'm liking everything except the shade. I think it's still oxidizing. I'm getting a little bit of creasing already starting here. So we'll see if the creasing gets worse throughout the day, but on the rest of my face, for eyeshadow, I tried the new Ardell, I think this is new, Pro Eyeshadow Palette, metallic and matte. I only used a few shades in here. I was gonna use this gold shade, this shade, but it shows up like straight up orange, so I'm glad I didn't put that on. But I went in with a few of just the matte shades. So far, not loving this palette. For blush, bronzer, and highlight, I used the Becca Chloe Malika. Yeah, Malika. I went in with this shade for blush, obviously this one for highlight, and this one for bronzer. And then for lips, I just used my AOA $1 lipstick in Fleek. Totally forgot the name for a second. And my lashes are also $1 lashes from AOA. These ones are Emma. So now we're gonna see what this foundation looks like. Oh my god, my eye twitch. It's been going on for like 2 weeks. Go see what this foundation looks like in natural lighting and do a flash test. All right, here we are in natural lighting. It's a super dark and like gloomy day out in Seattle today, so not the best lighting. Let me try and... It looks still dewy, but it looks a little bit more like satin rather than a total radiant dewy finish. I think if I sprayed my Catrice Dewy Glow over top, I would really like the finish because it would just give it like a little bit more glow, but you can see the glow. All right, so here is very zoomed in so we can see up close what it looks like. So you can see a little bit of a glow on my forehead. This is all highlighter, so it doesn't look super glowy down here, like around this part of my face. I am getting creasing, and it's looking a little bit like more matte in this area. Doesn't look great around my pores, but you know, doesn't look horrible. We're also very up close on an HD camera, keep that in mind. Overall, I think it looks pretty good right now. If I was wearing this again, I would probably put the Tatcha primer underneath right here, or the e.l.f. Poreless Putty just around my creasing in this area where it looks a little bit more creasy and dry. And then I would spray my whole face with Catrice Dewy Glow Setting Spray. But it doesn't look bad at all. Like, I'm liking it right now still. Oh, flash test. So this does have SPF 35 in it, so we'll see if it has a bounce back. Wow, that looks very flashy. It does have a little bit of a bounce back. I don't look totally ghostly, but keeping in mind that it is a little bit dark for me already, it actually looks like it matches better in natural lighting. It looks about a half shade light on flash, so there is a little bit of bounce back. Okay, it's 1:20, so it's been on for about 5 hours. And I did have to blow my nose a couple times, so hopefully I'm not getting sick, but that would be classic my timing if I did. But even with blowing my nose, it rubbed off like a little bit on my upper lip, but it doesn't look like, you know, noticeable rub off or anything. So here's up close. I still think overall it looks pretty good. Mostly it's just the same area when I first checked in with you guys right here that doesn't look the greatest, but like, okay, it's now 6:49, so it's been on for over 10 hours. For whatever reason, the shade is looking so much better on camera. In here, it looks like orange, but shade aside, you can definitely see where I blew my nose and it like rubbed off right here. My forehead, for me, this looks pretty good. Like, it still looks nice and just dewy and smoothing. I think for some people, this might be borderline too dewy, like almost a little bit oily, but I would way rather have it be like this than be matte and like cakey looking. So here's up close. 10 hours, like, not bad, I don't think. I feel like I can find a way to make this one work with different primers and stuff that I probably will really like. The only thing I also noticed is that I am getting little like under the skin breakouts. So I have broken out from Dior foundations in the past. There's something in them that usually breaks me out. It could be the fragrance, could be some other ingredient. I'm hoping that I don't like full on break out from this. Your skin could react totally differently, but if you break out from Dior foundations usually, then you might also break out from this one. So I hope you guys enjoyed day 1 of 15 days of foundation. Don't forget to come back tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific time, every single day for 15 days. Don't forget to vote 1 time a day down below at the link. So all that info is down below in the description box. But I love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye.